Hello there. Welcome back. This is teamfortress.tv reporting to you live from Elmia Expo Arena, Jönköping, Sweden. This is DreamHack Winter 2016, and this is Battle for the North. We finally made it, Brent, after all those round-robin games, after all those matches, after even dabbling in the game ourselves. We've made it to the best of threes. This is where people stay in or get out.
Indeed, indeed it is. We're going to be moving into Finland versus Norway as the first semi-finals we're going to be looking at. After that, we do have Sweden versus Denmark. And then, of course, the grand finals. There's not going to be a third place, fourth place decider match. I think it's going to be done on seedings and rounds done.
Pretty much.
So, just to save time, essentially, at the end of the day, we want to get this done. We don't want a repeat of last year. So, yeah, I mean, moving into this one, I think, in all seriousness, I mean, we can try and talk around the analysis part of this, but Norway haven't turned up this LAN.
Literally, like some of their players.
One of their players literally has not turned up.
Yep, there he is. So this is just a quick little team overview of Norway. You've seen it a million times before, but I think we've actually got a special, good old-fashioned Norway like stat view. We've collected all their stats so far, and we've actually, me, you, Beta, we all plucked at straws, and Beta got the short straw, and he will be playing for Norway for this best of three. So we can actually see the stats of the players so far. We'll see like the major contributions they've been doing throughout the entire round robin. You just need to load that up there. I'm sure production are just hammering away at it. But in the meantime, there's no data. Okay, well, there's no data. Apparently the data did not work that I slaved over. So we're going to skip past that, go straight into Finland. Now, Finland have been very strong all tournament until this latest DK match, and they were looking a little shaky, but because of their victory over Sweden earlier and whatnot, and just from like rounds or I think amount of rounds something, they did the tiebreaker and they ended up getting the first place seed, so which is very important for them, as it almost secures them this grand final if we just go by like the win and loss record alone between Finland and Norway in the past.
Right.
So they're going to be chuffed to get to this position. The
top three teams right now, Finland, Denmark, Sweden, they're all really, really strong. So, I mean, it's a struggle because they're taking maps from each other. You think that there's a stronger team. Oh, we're back on the camera. I didn't even notice. You think there's a stronger team. I was just like fiddling around in game, but it ends up being completely turned up on its head by the performances of the previous games, and the group stages have really proved that it's hard to really pin down the superior teams. I think
what's going to play into it most is the maps. I think once teams get the control of the maps and they get to pick what they want, ban what the enemy team wants, it's going to be so much more easier, and it's really going to be a game of more of like outdrafting one another, reading one another, who you think is going to be good or bad at this map. Because keep in mind, these round robins where they played each other, they've only seen them on their own certain maps that they've been randomly given. As we are going thrown straight into it, Beta, if you're just joining us, this is teamfortress.tv. This is DreamHack Winter 2016 Battle for the North. This is our first map of the best of three, and it is starting off with a Snakewater map.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be the first map of the first semi-finals of the day. Settler going to be rolling out through that main door. He's got the health pack along the way, and he's going to be sending those stickies in. Norway just about arriving to the midpoint now. Beta taking a bit of damage there as well. Fat Pipe's being hit off. Mascara is going to be finishing up Traitor with no issues whatsoever. Murray as well with the frag onto Fishyard. And it looks like absolute destruction and mayhem so far for the Norwegian team. Getting picked apart. Piggy still a little bit too far forward for my liking. He's going to get finished up as well. And ultimately, that'll be the steamroll train of Finland, just really taking their time.
Well, on the bright side of things, I think they've taken a little bit of feedback, or realised the problem before was that heavy. They did roll a soldier this time to this middle.
And
so, I mean, step by step, baby steps.
Early days, early days. Settler going all the way to last to get that cap on as fast as possible. Finland do not want to mess around. They are keen and they are ready. Moving into now round number 2 of Snakewater Still 29 minutes, 8 seconds remaining on the clock. And let's see if they do decide to change anything up. Norway look like they are running slightly different roster this time. Fishyard going to be running sniper to mid as well.
Have you noticed what Beta's running on the rollout?
Ooh, okay. Beta running the sticky jumper. Going to get absolutely destroyed. He goes to the catwalk, but he gets munched in the process. Well, Grace is going to be taking this damage as well.
Hello, yeah, speed on wheels, Bren. It's just Beta's knocking at the door. Here's your feeding meal.
I don't know. What was that play?
It was, you know, it was off the wall. I guess if you're gonna go win any rounds here, you have to go for the gimmicks, the EU gimmicks.
Already capping up second. Beta, last man standing to hold on to last. Murray is going to be capping up that last point. Traitor tries to contest, but it's all going to be for naught as Finland secured a second round once again in quick succession. I think this may be 5 minutes, 5-0.
Well, they...
or is it too early to call it?
I like to try and keep a basic optimism, but I also like to think as well, we could probably say that yes, this will be incredibly difficult for Norway and they will more than likely lose, but Beta, you know, was, you know, rallied them to get capped midpoint last time. Maybe he can just, you know, do that a good, like 5,000% better.
He's running the, what's that, the Iron Bomber?
He's just trying out
the quickie launcher. He's running the quickie launcher this time, setting up a nice little trap. And they are just going for the let's hold second strategy. Let them cap. Honestly, that's actually probably the first smart play we've seen.
That's probably the smartest play. I mean, it completely...
They're getting rolled every mid-fight. They might as well just set up a good defense, which they have with the stickies. Peter's trying his hardest with the quickie bomb launcher, but look at this. Finland already just rolling deep through green area right now. Murray trying to contest through the saw area. Fizz is going to be falling as well as they do claim that one kill. Fishyard moving in for the kill, not going to be hitting as rockets off as Ams is going to finish him up as well. They collect a few more frags. Snap does fall. That's going to be the medic down as Peter does claim that kill, but Piggy dies straight after. So there's going to be a 1-for-1 trade with the medics at least. But Finland, 4 players up, capping up second, already onto the last point. This is still doable for Norway to defend. It is a 1v1. Fizzy trying to take this, but no.
It was doable.
It was doable, not anymore.
Yeah, I mean, they only had 1 player left, and that player died extremely quickly. It just goes to show how efficient Finland are when it comes to just rolling it out, knowing their strengths, knowing that they could just divert some power away from capping and send it forward to get the quick and almost cheeky round in such land speed record.
Moving in. This is going to be mid-fight number 4. We'll see if Norway decide to adopt the exact same strategy. I'm just holding on to the second point. They are still running a sniper, this time Traitor rather than Fishyard. They've been swapping it around quite often. Settler going for that normal rollout. And Norway, are they going for this or are they just holding last? Traitor might go for a pick here. In fact, he's the only person who's going to be moving on to mid. The rest of his team setting up all the way onto second. Building up. I don't think Piggy's actually healing anyone, so they're not building Uber charge. It means Finland actually have a slight Uber advantage now. But Finland moving in through the green area. Murray going to be contesting the saw room at the same time. AMS going to get the high ground here, trying to basically spam them out as much as possible. Timu might be in a bit of trouble here as he is falling incredibly low. Snap just needs to dodge the remaining amounts of this spam. Still not able to crack into this defense, so Norway might actually stand a chance here of trying to contest this.
Yeah, Snakewater, they're all getting lower and lower. They're just keeping them at arm's distance. And oh, actually, a pipe connects onto Fizzy as they were exiting out there. They're deciding to rotate around to avoid the brunt of all this spam. Good play, good call by the Finland. Let's see how this one goes.
They're moving through the saw area really, really quickly. Fishyard trying to put in a bit of damage, trying to stave them off for as long as he possibly can, but he is going to fall in the end. Now Finland steamrolling ahead. They've already picked up 2 more players. Make it a third as Traitor's going to be falling. The Uber charge is going to get popped off. I think that's the first one in about 5 games the Norways have played. But there we are. AMS finds Peter anyway. Piggy might just escape, but I think it's really all for naught right now. Still no Uber charge on Finland, but they are just going to roll deep all the way in here. The spawners advantage definitely not there for Norway. They can't defend this. AMS moves forward. He does get destroyed by Fishyard, but the stickies are placed, and that is going to be the 4th round now going to Finland.
I mean, getting an Uber charge, that's good, but the bad thing was that they didn't use their Uber charge on their terms. They were pretty reactive with it. They were forced to use it, and from there they were just had to use the majority of it, just trying to get out, and I'm not sure if they even accomplished that.
Well, 25 minutes, 31 seconds. A bit off my prediction of 5-0 in 25 minutes, but We're getting there. It's not far off.
It's the excellent strategy mind of Beta going, let's not go to middle. Let's try and like
He's been delaying the game. Stall it out for as long as possible. I'm sure the people at home will love that, but are they going to do the same strat again? That's what I want to know. Beta starts laying down stickies early. No, they are. Yeah, he's going to go to mid this time. The Finland going to be meeting him head on, but they don't have a position to try and contest this. They've just taken up the stall area. Trimu, I should say, tried to go for an attempt off the catwalk, trying to play off it, but it's not going to be working out. Now the sticky traps have been spotted in stall, so Beta shouldn't really be getting anything from that either. Trimu going to be falling as he does get caught out of position. And with that one pick off, that gives an opening for Finland now to roll deep through the stall area.
Yeah, AMS has put the first foot forward. He's trying to see if he can make some room for his team, but the team are just, the obstacles are just made out of paper mache. They just fall at the first breath of Finland. They're making it very easy for them, not really putting up much of a fight. Even a stylish little kill onto the medic towards the end, making him bleed.
Right. Moving in, Finland. AMS already on the last point. Trimu gets absolutely demolished. The overcharge committed as well. They lead it in. Kills, filling up the kill feed with a paint of blue, and that makes it 5-0 in the end. Finland, take it.
Mercy, tap out.
Yep.
No more. Stop, they're already dead. Okay, so with that, that's the first map. Done. That means with a best of 3, they just need to get one more map over on the Finland side, and they've won the best of 3 and they're guaranteed to the grand final. But I believe we've got, I don't know what the next map is actually. I don't think we've got it. Coalplant, is it? Oh,
yep.
Ooh,
it's
yes.
going to be a Coalplant for the first time this tournament. A COF map, which is, again, it means the fastest that Finland can win it in is 12 minutes. So
that's the only thing you think is like, how fast could they win this? How fast can they win that? But it'd be interesting to see the Coalplant map. It's kind of a wild card. It's almost like a gimme for the weaker teams in there because they can use that against the stronger teams, because the stronger teams don't want to play on a wild card map that they're not used to. Whilst the randomosity, maybe the confusion is probably best set in the favour of these new teams.
Coalplant as a map, I think if you were going to have a wild card map and you weren't used to it, I think COF is probably the best, because pretty much most COF maps play in a very similar way. So I don't think they're going to get strung up too much on it. If it was a weird map like Swiftwater, with God knows what reason why that would be in the map pool, but if it was, that might throw a few players off, if it was a weird game mode. But I think with it being COF, with it being COF, I don't think they're going to get hung up by it at all. In fact, I think with King of the Hill actually relying a bit more on mechanical skill, I think it will be harder actually for Norway.
So saying play one King of the Hill map, play them all. They'll translate.
Kind of, they do translate, because essentially these maps, they do play in a very similar way. They do have just 3 ways to get in and out. Coalplant, I believe, has like an underside area as well, which we might see later on being played. But generally speaking, there's a few bits of high ground you can approach, and it's the same with most maps.
What we expect to see is just a lot of DM messiness, no structure. Everyone's just going to be like meshed in all over the place. It's going to be a huge blender all over. And I think it's a bit harder to do with the forward. Oh yeah, I forgot that we have logs for all that carnage that we were watching earlier.
So only 2 people with, 3 people with above 1 KAD.
Well, it is typical.
Because a lot of people didn't die.
This is what happens. If one person dies on the middle, and then usually that can be your only life when it comes to these incredibly efficient players coming out from Finland.
Literally 3 members of Finland did not die.
Yeah, they've even got a nice 3.0 kill to death ratio.
Yeah.
That's incredibly rare as a medic, because usually you don't just die the one time. I said kill to death ratio, it's more assist to ratio.
Yeah.
So that's very strange. Anyway, not even enters. That is a strange part to see. Not even entered their half of the map.
We can look at this all day long, but it's not going to change the fact that these logs are just going to prove what we've just seen, that it was a 6-minute defeat, 5-0. So, and look at that, frag percentage by zone. They just win the mid, because obviously Norway didn't turn up to the mid fights. They just literally stayed on second.
You could see from the 51% that they went for the strategy of just not going to middle.
Exactly.
Maybe they could, from there, at least have some control. Because mid fights are hard, man. So
they are.
It's easier to work your way up from just a solitary defense than it is to just go for an even footing. So we'll try. They're going to try their hand at Coalplant. There's you know, not too much structure laid into this. Maybe the fact that there's less to think about in terms of objectives, how they're going to push things. If you just get in there, start fragging nerds, maybe that's what Norway needs.
You think that, but when I played KOF for Norway, when I played on product, like again, there's no structure, there's no main caller unless Beta's doing that for them now.
Yeah. Well,
the calls are so like simple, and like I really had to dig for information like all the time. Like, what's your Uber charge percentage, Piggy? Why are you running in front of me, Piggy? What? Like,
Piggy.
stuff like that. So
I think when the first thing we're going straight into it. Okay, yeah, but the first thing they asked me to do when I was on the team beat Bren was they just said, "Hey, Turbo, can you main call?" I was like, I could try.
So they recognised that was their main weakness, which is good.
Yeah. But on the bright side, though, if they're losing on the King of the Hill map, they actually get an advantage in his way. The respawns are a lot more kinder to somebody who's not losing at the game.
But then again, we got spawn camped last time, so.
I mean, it's a lot harder to spawn camp on this map.
Yeah,
so
it is.
Another strength to them.
Well, we're going to be rolling into it straight away. Finland playing quite passive so far. Murray falling very weak. He's going to have to back off, get a few heals, get a few arrows potentially. Point finally going to get unlocked. Fizzy playing the lower area, but Poskari on Sniper is going to find Fish Yard. Settler with the follow-up, the pipe into Fizzy. And look at this, Murray moving forward, getting into rockets, getting into spam. AMS as well to beat them. Good rockets as well, going to be bringing them all down. Piggy is actually locked out of position once again in the underside area. And is...
I mean, in these scenarios, as a medic, you usually want to just kill yourself.
Yes.
It sounds not in a mean way, as in like literally in-game,
he's literally
just
hiding. He's going to get a kill, surely. Surely. AMS is so weak.
Wow.
But there's literally...
I think chicken out.
He's okay with that. He's okay with that. They're just wasting time. Piggy hasn't been healing anyone.
He's still alive. He got 63% charge, and you know he can now return back to his team. So I guess you could say he was the good player overall.
I mean,
what do you know, Brent?
It shouldn't have happened, but yeah, what do I know at the end of the day? Fizzy's still trying to take fights in the underside area. Murray does find that kill pretty much ease, and there's a headshot actually coming up by Fishyard, so that's a 1-for-1 trade to do bring down the enemy sniper. The second one by Fishyard, he brings down Settler. Could this be a change of events? There is still 1 minute of cap time for Finland. Norway now looking to contest this a little bit. Finland still playing passive for now, waiting for the spawners. The cap is going to go the way of Norway, but how long can they hold on for it now? They do have Ubercharge to work with as well.
Yeah, Beta just needs to control the tempo of this fight, lay out some sticky traps, make it difficult for them to take the obvious doorways, the obvious pathways as a team, and make them commit with their own Ubercharge or something. But in saying that, they've lost Beta now,
they've
so
dropped so many players.
That tool is lost to them. They've popped their own Uber in defense, but not everybody has managed to connect to that Uber, and they try and back out with it. Piggy's probably going to get caught out here. Actually, okay, there you go. It goes down. Nice, incredibly close range shot coming out from Fishon. That's a very fancy. He tries to attempt it onto Hems, but you know, can't. I suppose lightning doesn't strike twice.
That, I mean, he had Ubercharge there, but like as soon as he saw them coming in, he just dropped everyone with it. Like I feel like I am picking on him quite a lot. It feels like I've got a vendetta against him, but
I think it's just because he was your medic at one point as well, and you were just. You've got a standard.
Yeah. But Finland just really cleaning up these players. I think they're going to get a third here. Trimu does find Murray in the end, but look at this. Finland like just absolutely demolishing. Fishyard does find Hems again, but Poskari going to be making clean and quick work with him, finishing him off with a headshot. So Finland still in the driving seat. 1 minute counting down now. That's all they have to hold on for it now, and they do have the Ubercharge advantage. 100% Uber on Snape.
I mean, at this point, it makes you wonder, maybe you should go back to the drawing board, try something else. I know the Sniper's been working hard for Fishyard here and there, probably the most that they've tried all tournament. But with Poskari on Sniper as well, there's so much pressure as a Sniper to actually deal with. Even if you're a bad Sniper playing up against a good Sniper, it's very, very difficult to get the shots that you want, because sometimes you're still duck taking your own.
Okay, the Ubercharge are going to be popped in here by Finland. Moving forward, they realise Piggy doesn't have it. Murray wants to try and chase the frags. At the same time, they're splitting off these Norway players and actually picking them off piece by piece. They collect 3 more kills. Are they going to get a 4th? Beta does collect arms. It's going to be the Chris Creek, I believe, or was that just a mini crit because he was holding out? Yeah, it was. But ultimately, Murray just going to be trying to find these frags. Beta very, very weak. A last-ditch effort by him.
Yeah,
17 seconds remaining.
Fish also get cleaned up as well, but you've got Traitor who's coming back to the fight. He's trying to clean up the Murray kill. Murray is desperately hoping for the pack to respawn. He actually gives him the I guess, the ring around the roses, but he will be hunted down by Traitor in the end. They're just, at this point, trying to scramble onto the point. That's why they're walking into like 5 players, trying to lay into sudden death, but it's not going to happen. It's 1-0 on the board.
It is indeed 1-0 to Finland right now, then against Norway in the second map of this best of 3. Right now, they did get some time on the point, but I mean, even when we were playing KOF, we got some time on the point. At most, it was 30 seconds, but beyond that, like the recontestation, and really, I feel like Norway's downfall is just never really getting Ubercharge in time. They go to these fights in mid, and they are just finding themselves getting picked off, either one at a time from overextending. It is just these deep-rooted positioning issues. But
yeah, it just goes to show you how much coordination is needed, and game knowledge is kind of playing TF2. Oh, Piggy does go down upon entry of the mid fight. So without the heal advantage now, their objective, the Norway squad, is to take out Snape, but Snape is like hiding all the way back in that balcony area. Beat is trying to close the line by using that charge. He might actually find the medic if he takes the trip upstairs, but it's actually Snape will find him. He gets a slice onto him. That's a 325%, thank you very much.
AMS holding so far forward here. Piggy once again feeding into him for the second time, but AMS now goes for the melee kill, not going to be working out. He did bring down the medic, so not all is lost for them. Now Norway looking to contest this a little bit further, but they're moving in with their players, getting absolutely picked off piece by piece. Wow. Buscari with the headshot, 2 more in fact as he finished up Traitor. Sticky bombs going to be exchanged, Beta sending out the pipes, but ultimately Finland once again in control of the point, and it is counting down.
Yeah, so you actually saw some very stylish sniping. I think that was like a scout being lunged from an air shot, and they still got the headshot. Very stylish coming out from Buscari. Fizzy is constantly hiding from this underneath area under the point, being a pest, but not pest enough for them to actually think about dealing with it. And then when he does show his face, Settler just turns around and pipes him.
Absolutely, AMS moving forward. Going to claim that kill onto Fishard before trading his own life away. Now Traitor still on Sniper, looking for these kills, looking for these pickoffs, but he's getting aggressively punished here by Buscari. Running him down with the SMG. Still Finland with 2 minutes remaining almost on this map. And Beta is being sent straight up into the stratosphere. What is the plays that's kicking off here?
Okay, there was a bit where the sniper and the medic were literally a foot away from each other. He got the crossbow out and he missed him to heal him up. He was still perfectly still, just maybe tickle.
Moving in for the kill, trying to pick up Snap, not going to be working out. They collect him nicely. And look at this, Finland just really baited him into poor positioning here. All they had to do was wait on their side of the map. They commit the Ubercharge now, and it's just cleanup duty from this point on. They've just completely split up. Piggy is out of position. He can't latch onto anyone to get heals. Fizzy might actually clean him up, but AMS does bring down Piggy in the meantime. So they are going to have no medic now. Fizzy once again going for an attempt, but he's going to get cleaned up. Buscari with the headshot to Traitor. Yet again, winning these 1v1 sniper duels with ease, it feels like. And Finland's in control, 1 minute 30 on the clock. Still counting down. Players are respawning, and they do have Ubercharge advantage.
I mean, if you want to break these sorts of situations, Brent, the best way you can do it is just by throwing one player in, like Beta is doing right now. He just jumps in straight on top of Snape, and then maybe you could think about committing more people if you just have to weigh the odds and think about the positioning and stuff like that. But if you commit all your team like they did earlier, it's just making it easy for Finland to actually use the Uber aggressively.
Well, right now, they are still waiting. Fishard has infiltrated the lower area, going to be making his move on the Snap. Gets 2 beautiful shots off. Finishes up Snap pretty easily there. So that means that actually, if Piggy does stay alive here, he is going to have the Ubercharge. As I say that, Settler and Hems
nice
clean them up. Headshots for days. Buscari just absolutely making mincemeat of them. Absolutely crushing them. Finland really showing who is boss. 30 seconds remaining on the clock for them as they are just pressing forward, taking their advantage even further. Fishard is pretty much just trying to basically salvage anything he possibly can for Norway right now, moving forward with these kills. Not really working out too much in his favour.
Yeah, you see Fishard, he's sneaking about in the lower area, trying to think about the best time he can make a push in, maybe coordinating with his team. It looks like he's thinking about poking his head now, and I don't think anybody's noticed him. He's gone on top of Settler, so play worked out. I'll take a scout trade for a demo any day. And just trying to leak on top of the point. But look at the positioning from Finland. They're just raining rockets from above them. Traitor comes in just a couple of seconds late, and 2-0.
It is indeed moving in. Norway this time didn't even get the cap in time. Fishard's been turning up like in whatever role he plays on, but like his team have never really been there to play around it. And I genuinely feel like if one of the stronger players, like game sense wise, played medic role rather than Piggy, they'd be doing a lot better.
Yeah, just have someone stuck to coordination, main call,
exactly.
thinking about those aspects rather than...
but it feels like they have stuck one of their weakest players on the medic role. But
yeah, we're actually seeing Beta now on the Beta cam, seeing what sort of major play he can make. He's going for the sticky jumper, seeing if he can trade away his ability to damage for the ability to move. Doesn't quite find the picks he was looking for, though. They will have to just deal with the onslaught of that play not working out.
Trades are kicking off. AMS did fall there, but Murray is playing it very far forward in the end. Piggy, I'm going to back off. See what else he can get done. If he can escape here with the Ubercharge, but no, look at this. Murray getting a complete wraparound on him. Hems wants to try and beat him down once again. Finland in control of the map, of the first point of the game. 3 minutes counting down from this point on, and it is an Ubercharge advantage once again to Team Finland.
Yeah, Settler's trying to secure the area with a few stickies. He's to think wiser of it, playing a lot more restraint. He knows that if he holds this point from an arm's length away, they kind of bait themselves in, bring them into his own trap that he's going to spring, but he's decided to go aggressive with it. He's still managed to stay alive by the sliver of his of HP, but they heal him up with a nice little crossbow coming out from Snape, and they thought they were going to get Settler there by the looks of it. They commit in over on Norway, and Piggy's going to go down to the Ubercharged. It's absolute carnage here, Bren.
It is indeed. It is indeed. 2 minutes counting down now for Finland, and they are really just trying to drive it home. They did drop 2 more players there, but once again, Snap is alive and kicking, and this guy with the mid-air headshot to Trimo, going to be bringing him down with no issues there. Fishyard once again taking this underside area, but we keep talking about the positioning by Finland here. They're trying to commit both their players in here, trying to get either a force onto Snap or at least a kill. Fishyard's still alive, trying to basically bring him down, but he's not going to be able to get onto him. It does bring him very low, and in fact Beta wants to be moving in for the kill if he potentially can, but the pills and the pipes are not going to be there for now. Fizzy this time on the sniper roll, they are just swapping it around whenever they feel like, it seems like. And Finland still in control. There was a lot of cap time for Norway, but they keep getting bases onto the point and committed on when one player just overextends.
Yeah, I suppose everyone's just having a go on the sniper class, hoping that somebody's got that chemistry that's hoping that a very good sniper can bail them out. And sometimes in these very rare scenarios, an extremely good sniper can just take over a game, but you know, it's just wishful thinking at this point.
Well, 1 minute on the clock. Still Finland, they did lose 2 players there. They are waiting patiently, once again holding their side of the map on the high ground, waiting for them to come into them. Beta wants to take the initiative straight away, leaping into the fray, but Settler finishes them up with a quick little pipe. Can they get any more though? AMS moving forward, he's going to try and bring down Traity. He does find the kill in the end. This time Trimu is in that underside area. Piggy just trying to find players to kill, but Piggy once again caught out of position in this underside area. They're going to get sandwiched in between. Settler brings him down with the pipes, Hems with the follow-up. And ultimately, with 35 seconds remaining, 4 players, or 3 players I should say, of Norway down. Finland return to their superior positioning. And, I mean, it feels like it's curtains. It really does, unless Norway pull a miracle out of the bag. We are going to be seeing 3-0.
It seems like it really is a headless chicken. It needs somebody to just coordinate the team, because I think there's some players here that you know, have some degree of like in-game skill to them, but they just don't know how to channel it right. Whilst Finland have experience for so many years just working how to work together and synergize with one another. That is 3-0, and that is Norway out of the competition. That does mean Finland will move on to the grand final, so congratulations to them. Sadly, we're going to have to say goodbye to Team Norway.
Are indeed. They're going to be going home, probably going to watch the remainder of the games, or maybe, I don't know, head off somewhere else.
Maybe find Kruzik.
Maybe find Kruzik.
That is the real game that is happening now. I don't know where he's gone. He's just
disappeared.
Fallen off the face of the earth.
Gone. Yeah.
The land dodge can strike anybody at any point. So, while we are pulling some logs for you relatively soon, was there anybody, do I dare ask, was there an MVP during that game?
Fishyard played well for Norway, didn't he?
Yeah, I feel
really
like
did.
all tournament he's the standout player out of all of Norway. He's the one that, you know, a diamond in the rough.
Well, I mean, he is like, I think, the only person with a reasonable level of experience in the game. Whereas the other players just seem to be having a whale of a time. Off classes the heavy and sniper. And
I'm still going to give a little golf clap to Norway for turning up.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, it really does make the Battle of the North, and it is nice to kind of answer that question like, oh, what if Norway came? Well, they did come, but they didn't conquer. So, we've finally got some logs. Let's have a look at the carnage. That's the buzzword for tonight. Carnage, 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 carnage.
Over 400 DPM for AMS and Murray.
This is due to the fact that the mobility of the soldier and the damage output is very reliable, very easy. So that's why they're the first ones in. And usually if the first ones in playing against this sort of team, you eradicate them before your second line of defense starts rearing its head in.
And like death-wise, I mean, there were a lot more deaths on either side this time, but still, it's a complete, absolute domination of Finland. 19 deaths on Fizzy there. Not great. It's not great stuff.
Yeah, 14 on Piggy. And it's just, and only 2 on Snape. Again, that just outlines the difference between one thinking with their brain and one thinking with their, well, nothing. Just nothing. There's nothing to. Anyway, I'm not sure if there's much we can really delve from these stats. It's almost cruel, really, to just.
It really is to pick it apart and to go into this.
Yeah. Well, it's King of the Hill after all, and the hill is going to probably be in the middle part of the map.
That's not Coalplant.
We don't have the technology to have every map supported. What if someone picked Wacky Races? Huh? Do you think we can just pluck pictures out of the sky?
Yeah.
Well, we can't.
Okay. The next game, anyway, is probably going to be this. It is going to be the semi-finals. Not probably. It is going to be the semi-finals between Sweden and Denmark, and that will decide who goes into the grand finals for that. The loser of that game, I believe, seeding-wise. Hello, Raccoon.
Ooh, hello.
I believe the seedings, regardless of that, means that the loser of this next semi-finals coming up will be placed into third place. So they'll be taking away €200 to split between them. Not bad.
Yeah.
Get maybe half a pint with that, Sweden. So.
Well, maybe a packet of crisps as well on a deal.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we've talked over the game. We've gone over the logs. I think now we have to do the thing that nobody likes us to do, and we have to leave for a break again. I'm
gonna go wander.
You're gonna go wander.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go get some food.
Oh yeah, I bet you're hungry. We're going to stall for a couple of minutes because I don't actually know why, but we've been told to. There's a raccoon here. It's the little mascot that's been brought onto the into the desk. It's been zoomed in on as well.
Oh wow! So original content, do not steal.
Yeah,
we had a previous mascot for the I series as well, but I know we don't have a. I forgot his name.
Does the name escape you, Spencer?
Yeah, Spencer. Yeah.
Spencer the bear.
Oh, Spencer was going to be upset with me now.
He is indeed.
Yeah. I like to think Spencer and Dave would be friends, but.
Is it really 3 o'clock? Surely we can do before that. The next game. That's like an hour and 20 minutes.
You got to stick to the schedule.
We can go before that, surely.
We will. We'll see what we can do. We'll try and slap some people back in production.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Haney. Haney rules with an iron fist.
I'm gonna try and get that move back.
You're going to try? Well,
try my hardest at least. Yeah.
For us to do that, though, we're going to have to say goodbye.
We are indeed.
So
I believe it's time to go, unless production wants me to talk about nonsense again, like raccoons, or we are good.
Okay, so I've been Turbotabs. Been with me is Brad. Thanks for watching. We'll be right back.